The Australian Outback is one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Temperatures regularly reach 45 degrees. It's dry, hostile, and relentless. And yet, in the middle of this vast, unlivable desert, there's a town where people have adapted in the most peculiar way. Buried underground is an entire community. Homes, hotels, bars, even churches, carved deep into the rock. This is Coober Pedy, one of the strangest communities on Earth, and a place that truly lives up to the saying, the land down under. We're setting off on a road trip across the Outback to see what this bizarre town is hiding.
G'day, so we have just arrived just outside of Adelaide. We touched down this morning and we are about ready to do the 800-kilometre drive up to Coober Pedy. How are you feeling?
It's going to be a long drive for me because I'm the only one driving.
Sorry. We are just about to go buy some provisions, some big waters, because I think we are heading out to middle of nowhere.
Middle of whoop whoop, as they say here in Australia. We need the water. I think that's all we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go for the 6-pack.
In case we get stuck in the Outback.
Yeah, look at these. I think this is what we'll need.
Oh
How ridiculous
gosh.
does that look though?
I think we need them though. These are good for the flies.
We're going up to Coober Pedy, so I wanted to maybe get one of these. Oh, it's okay. We can put them on right here, right now. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. I think that's a pretty successful trip.
That's all we need. I was going to say we needed them, but they were right there in front of us.
I didn't think we'd actually find them.
Not so quickly either. Oh. This is it. The flies can't get us anymore.
We are safe and ready to hit the road.
To be fair, we haven't seen a single fly yet, so we probably don't need to have them on quite.
We are still on the outskirts of the city.
To get to Coober Pedy, we have about 10 hours of non-stop driving, and it generally might be one of the most remote regions we've ever been to.
If we were driving straight to Coober Pedy today, it would be 809 kilometers and 8 hours 20 of driving. Whoa, look at this.
That is awesome, road train.
We've got a road train.
It is so long.
How does that turn a corner?
It doesn't turn a corner, it just mows down the roundabouts. That is the largest vehicle I have ever seen, by a mile. Here we are then, our first stop of the trip, Lake Bungbunga.
That is a real name.
The lake's called Bungbunga, but it's also nicknamed as Pink Lake because at certain times of the year it looks pink. I have to be honest, at the moment it's not super pink, is it?
Well, it's more pink than lake.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually not a lake there.
I think it's like basically kind of a salt flat, but it looks like the water has dried up in this heat, and I'm starting to notice that
we've got
there
our
are
first
some
flies. There's first flies, there's one on your face. Maybe we should put on those things already.
Yeah. It's like little salt crystals. It looks like pink Himalayan salt.
Ooh.
Put that on your dinner later.
Yeah, well, we'll take that with us. I'll just put it in my pocket. There we go.
It's actually quite pink, and I don't know if that's the tint of my sunglasses.
But there's no lake, it's just
pink.
It's just pink.
And they've also got the Loch Ness monster out there for some reason.
Awesome, why not?
We carried on driving north, watching the landscape slowly open up around us until we reached a small roadside motel where we refreshed for the journey ahead.
Let's go. Good morning guys, we have just grabbed our coffee to caffeinate for the drive today, and it's a little bit cloudy. I don't know why. I thought if we were going to the Outback it would be sunny all the way, but hey, there we are. We have obviously a lot of driving still to do today.
We just saw a road sign that said camel milk and also crocodile burgers, and what else was it?
Kangaroo burgers and something else.
Buffalo burgers.
Buffalo burgers.
We're definitely not.
It's time to, I want to try, by the end of this trip in South Australia, a kangaroo burger or a crocodile burger. That'd be cool.
I don't think I do. I think maybe the camel milk, but that's as far as you'll get me.
Next 20 kilometers, we've got a kangaroo sign. We have seen kangaroos before, but only from a distance. So we are hoping, driving all this way, we'll at least see a kangaroo a little bit closer.
As the miles stacked up, the road became noticeably quieter, and the buildings got more spread out, until we passed through our final settlement before Coober Pedy and prepared to enter the outback.
Just seen the first sign to Coober Pedy, which means it is about time for our first fuel stop and potentially our last till we get there.
So I want to go. It's time to fill up because I think this is going to be the cheapest fuel for quite some time because it's going to get a lot more expensive when we get into the outback. It's quite cheap compared to the UK, that's for sure. $1.65.
Not hard to be cheaper than the UK, really.
No, not at all. We are full. Still some coming out. I love the fuel prices in this country.
Yeah?
Yeah, so cheap. The road to Coober Pedy begins, the Stewart Highway. Oh look at the distances here. We've got Pimba, Coober Pedy, Alice Springs. Alice Springs is 12,000 kilometers away.
We are officially entering the outback now, leaving behind any kind of civilization, or at least a big town. I think Coober Pedy is going to be something different.
Respect the outback. So we have arrived at our first kind of rest stop in the outback. And we've got a toilet, looks like we've got a bit of shade, and we've got some trash cans. But it is incredibly windy today. Really, really windy. But there really is nothing else around apart from these few little bits. So that was the best sight of one of those road trains. And these road trains can be more than 50 meters long with up to 3 trailers. That is absolutely crazy that they have things like that on the road, but I guess they only stick to these main highways. They won't go into the cities, obviously, because that would be mental. Pretty cool. I've never known about them before this trip. We've had a little change of plan. In 5 kilometers, we're just going to be staying the night at this place, which we found called Spuds Roadhouse. Spuds.
Okay, we've arrived at Spuds.
Motel Hotel. So once again, we're staying this more motel kind of place, and it is pretty basic, but it only cost us 100 Aussie dollars a night, which I think is not bad, £50 a night. Let's take you and show you what you get for that. So in here, we have obviously a double bed, an AC unit, which is going to be important because it's going to be quite hot, and a pretty simple, it does look pretty basic, doesn't it?
Yeah, we do have a toilet and a shower though, so...
That's the essentials.
No
really.
Complaints, we are in the outback, so
yeah.
Not guessing plumbing is easy. Spuds Roadhouse.
We ended up at Spuds.
I just find it so funny that we're doing this road trip. Joel and I genuinely could have chosen to go anywhere in Australia, but we chose the most random place in the outback, and here we are at Spuds. And the sunset is beautiful.
I wonder if you went that way when you'd hit the next town, because it might not be until you get to the coast, which is thousands of miles away.
Bye, Spuds.
Bye, Spuds.
We love you.
We miss you, Spuds. Maybe we'll see him on the way back. Here we go.
We're on our way.
On our way, Coober Pedy. We will see you, I reckon, by lunchtime.
Today is the day.
Today is the day. We're not messing about now. I want to get there for lunch. I want a Coober Pedy lunch. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out. We'll find out, yeah.
Guys, we just saw an emu.
I've never seen it. That's a wild emu.
That's a wild emu.
Apparently it's really hard often to see emus. That's so cool. I'm just gonna
It literally looks like an ostrich. What? I didn't even know these were a thing.
Just a few hours short of our destination, the reality of how remote we were started to kick in as we drove through vast, endless landscapes. It's hard to imagine why a town exists out here, but it all comes down to one precious stone: opal. Coober Pedy is the opal capital of the world, drawing people from all over to make their fortune, which is the essential reason as to why this town exists in the first place.
I'm genuinely quite excited.
I know. This is what we've planned this for quite a few months So to finally be here, it is quite exciting.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I'm on it, literally 7 kilometers to go, and we'll be in the opal capital of the world.
Whoa.
Look at that, Coober Pedy.
Welcome.
We actually made it. Coober Pedy.
Coober Pedy, here we are.
We made it.
It's an emotional moment when you finally make your dreams come true.
What do we do now though?
That's a good point.
We're just in the middle of the Outback.
The idea was to get here, but now I'm not sure. Who needs the Hollywood Hills when you've got Opal City?
Opal City it is. I like it. So this thing behind me is a blower, and it's the most distinctive feature here in Coober Pedy because they have over 100 here, and what they do is basically suck loads of dirt out of the ground up to 30 meters underground, suck it up, and then it drops it above the surface, and then you can go through there and hopefully find opal if you're lucky, and then you could be a very rich man. The reason it's called Opal City is that Coober Pedy actually has over 70% of the world's opal here. And actually over 95% of all the opal in the world comes from Australia. I think it's time we head actually into the town now, because there's not a lot to do just outside of it. We have just checked into our Airbnb and you will not believe where we are staying. Now 80% of people actually in Coober Pedy, around 80%, are supposed to live underground. And yes, our Airbnb is underneath the ground, right here, where I am standing. I think it might be the bedroom.
It's so weird because this does not look like a roof.
No, not at all. But you can tell because here we've got a little TV antenna. In each of the rooms we have this ventilation system. There's a few ventilations around, but that's how you know that there's a room underneath. I'll take you into the other area because we actually have this incredible balcony area, which apparently later on we can actually watch the stars as they come out, because obviously because we're in the middle of the Outback, the stars are supposed to be incredible here. It's a nice little spot to chill out on, isn't it?
It is.
Taking you downstairs.
It looks a bit unassuming right now. It doesn't look great, I'll be honest. But it's pretty interesting because it's a traditional style house here called a dugout. And what that means is basically this area is kind of like a hill, and then they've gone in and kind of just created a flat surface, dug all that away, and then dug further in to create kind of like a tunnel house. It's called a dugout, which is pretty cool.
The technical term, dugout.
Dugout.
So this dugout used to actually be 2 dugouts, but now they have conjoined them. So we basically have 2 in 1, which means we have a pretty big house.
The house actually belonged to the owner's father, who was an Irish guy who immigrated over here to find the opal, and this was his dugout. And now they've kind of passed it on and turned it into a cool Airbnb. I'm not too sure about the use of sandbags here. I think it might be something to do with flooding because they do occasionally get flash floods. But if you come in here, you'll find a really cool Airbnb. Whoa, the air just gets like 10 degrees colder when you get in here.
It's so much nicer, isn't it?
Oh, I could feel like the heat radiating off my face. The main reason they actually have these dugout houses is because it keeps them so much cooler, because it does get up to mid 40s or 50s in the summer. Right now, it's a bit of a colder patch, but generally that's how hot it can be. So they really need this cool space. And generally they said it stays around 23 degrees inside, which is feeling really good right now. You don't even need AC. It's actually super spacious, and they've kind of made it quite stylish. I didn't know a cave could be so cool, almost like the reddy color. And if you actually touch the ceiling, which I'm not going to do, chalk does kind of come off. So it really is just like a natural cave. Got a nice kitchen that we can cook in, and I've only ever seen one of these hobs once. I think they're pretty old style because I remember they burn up really quickly and just burn all your food. This is actually one of those ventilation pipes that you saw sticking out the top of the house.
I guess it's to help the cook, like the food smell kind of go up and the heat.
We've got this little extra dining area, I guess like a breakfast bar. We have a bedroom through here. This is actually not the one I think we're going to sleep in. It does feel kind of creepy and dark.
But how much cooler is it in the back here compared to the front?
Yeah.
Like it's a couple of degrees cooler back here. A lot of these walls has actually been rendered to make sure that the roof and the walls don't keep falling away. But the roof and some of the walls, like over here, I'm not going to do it. But if you do touch it, then it does fall away quite a bit. You relaxing down there?
Yeah, got a comfy sofa.
They have used some really nice furniture in here. It kind of like really brings it together, doesn't it?
They've got good choices. And actually up there, I've just noticed they've got like gas lamps. I'm wondering if that's originally, maybe before they had electricity here, that I might have had to use those for light.
There you go. Apparently Coober Pedy is actually still cut off from the main Australian like grid. So they use solar, and I think there's like a hybrid power plant somewhere a little bit more outside of the city.
It's actually really well lit in here as well. You don't feel like you're in a dingy cave at all. We have a nice comfy bed.
This room is huge.
It is actually.
We've got so much space.
I think this was the original second dugout, because you can see there's another like front door there.
But they've made it into two.
I'm glad they have, because it's so spacious. And as we were saying about the dust that falls from the ceiling sometimes, they've obviously put this above the bed so that it doesn't fall on you in the night. I've just seen on the floor here, there's like little bits of ceiling and wall that have fallen down.
I don't want to touch it, but you can see here, if I just push one of these so gently, it's literally just going to fall apart. And actually not underground, so you know the tin bit from outside, you actually have the toilet. I'm guessing they thought they couldn't have water running in here, but we actually do have running water. And in Coober Pedy, they basically, 25 kilometers outside of the town, they have kind of like a bore, and that water that they bring up is actually salty water. So they desalinate it, and you can actually drink the water here now. So there's a big plant which basically makes it super fresh. But again, pretty decent bathroom, to be honest. Can't complain about that in the Outback.
Right now we are heading out. We're going to explore more of the town tomorrow, but we want to catch the sunset, and we've been recommended a spot which is maybe 30 minutes outside of the town.
Just a straight road ahead.
The area we're just passing through is often compared to the surface of the moon, because it quite literally is just wasteland. There is nothing there.
So people, I want to show you this thing, this fence. Now you might think this is just any old fence, but this fence is unique. It is actually one of the longest structures on this planet, and it's actually called the dingo fence, and basically it keeps dingoes, which are kind of known as dogs, wild dogs here in Australia, and it keeps them in this whole section of Australia. I'll put a map so you can kind of see what it is, but this is a thing which is quite impressive. Now it doesn't look that impressive, really does it? It's what is it, a 4-foot fence that runs kilometers and kilometers, but trust me, it is special, and it keeps the dingoes out. The reason they built this dingo fence is because they don't want the livestock being eaten by the dingoes. I don't think Emilia was quite as impressed with the dingo fence, so let's carry on to the main point we were going to.
This bumpy little road led us out to the breakaways, an area locally famed for its rock formations.
Okay, this is way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
The view is insane. And there's just all these like different colours. I guess they're going to come out even more as the sunset carries on.
The Outback's pretty cool.
Just met a lovely couple from Melbourne, and they said if you go to this point over here, you might see some wallabies and kangaroos. So hopefully we will, because that would be pretty cool.
Do you reckon you could take a kangaroo in a fight?
Not the big ones. Have you seen the 6-foot ones who have like fights with Australians?
That's what I'm talking about.
No, not one of those. If you want to laugh, look up Australian man versus kangaroo.
What the heck was that?
There it is. Whoa! That's the closest I've ever been to a kangaroo. There it goes.
That was so cool.
It was.
I'm buzzing from that.
It was such a small snippet though. I really want to see more now.
Good day.
A beautiful
Kangaroo
day.
/ wallaby, we're still figuring that out. And an emu.
We are going somewhere in the next video actually famous for kangaroos and other crazy Australian wildlife. So do hit subscribe, because trust me, you might want to see this.
This whole expansive area was once under the sea, and that is how the opals are formed on the ocean bed. But yeah, it's pretty crazy because it's so dry and arid now. You can't imagine this being an ocean thousands of years ago.
There's the kangaroo. Whoa!
I'm freaking out.
They're so cool. I've never seen them hop before.
Why are they so weird?
Home sweet dugout. It is pretty dark right now, and because obviously we're in the outback, there is not much light pollution. So you can probably guess what that means. Good stars.
It's so funny because we are on our roof right now basically, but there's a car that's basically also on our roof. That's just a weird concept.
You know what? My neck's hurting a bit. I need to lie low. We're in a cave. Good morning, guys. We're just climbing one of the hills here in Coober Pedy. And we have the Hollywood Coober Pedy sign in front of us. You know what? I think these are also people's houses we've probably just walked over the roofs of.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forget. No way.
Here we are. The Hollywood of Australia.
It kind of is
Coober
because
Pedy.
they film loads of films here, including like Mad Max and a list of others, which I don't know. This whole city we can see in front of us, we've got to explore today.
That's the plan. Coober Pedy, watch out for us. It's kind of weird because even though it's so hot in the day, right now it's quite cold. It's like 20 degrees, but I guess that's desert, isn't it?
Yeah, that is
Cold in the night, flipping hot in the day.
I think it could get up to 35 today, which is actually not too hot for here. That's a pretty good day.
That's genuinely considered a cool day in the summer because it can get to high 40s and apparently even 50s sometimes. So we got lucky with the weather.
I bet you guys didn't know that Coober Pedy in Aboriginal actually means white man in a hole. And I think that's quite accurate to the town, really. I get what they were on about.
Right, I think we're ready to go. We have just entered the old timers mine. This is basically an old mine where they used to mine for opal, and we get to have a look around today.
This one actually dates back to 1916, so it's pretty old.
That's very old. Pretty cool. We've got to wear the helmet so we don't hit our heads, as I think it gets quite low ceiling. In we go. Mind your head.
I mean, I'm not tall enough for that, really. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit creepy because it's so dead quiet in here.
Wow. There's so many little tunnels and stuff everywhere.
Opal, a precious gem, was discovered here in 1915, and almost overnight people came from all over the world chasing fortune. What they didn't expect was the heat, or how brutal life above ground would be. So instead of fighting the environment, they adapted to it. Many miners worked for years without finding anything, and mining still exists here today.
You get a backache if you stay in here too long, wouldn't you? Saw a man, I was like, why is there a man here? But he's not real.
If I were a miner back in the day, this is where I would have had to climb up every single day to get down to work.
Whoa.
Look at that.
That's crazy.
To think you do that and there's a chance you earn no money.
Yeah. It's quite a risky, it's almost like gambling, isn't it?
Yeah, or you become a millionaire and live your life out in Coober Pedy.
It's starting to get really hot, even though it's only 10:30 at the moment. And there is no wind today. Yesterday there was a wind which kept us, well, not cool, but cooler than 40 degrees. But today it feels quite relentless.
We decided to explore more of the town, starting with what was visible from above the ground. A single supermarket, a few abandoned cafes, rusting cars everywhere, and even a spaceship. It didn't take long to notice how eerie this place was. But with this level of sweltering heat, it was clear why.
It's like a really weird angle.
Does it work?
Wait,
it's because you're looking the wrong way.
Ah!
Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot better.
Actually boiled.
It's hot, isn't it? So many abandoned vehicles all around. I guess if they end up broken down here, it's too expensive to tow you out.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were working out with our car insurance.
A lot of the things seem closed, like this museum is closed over here, but it's so silent. It's like everyone must be hiding underground right now, because where is everyone? This is supposed to be like a town, but it feels like at some points we're the only ones here.
And I really do feel like I'm in the desert. Like my lips and my mouth just feel so dry, and my skin is like scaling.
We've only been here like not even 24 hours yet. Opal mining is still a thing which is done today in Coober Pedy, but a lot of people don't do that. So what is everyone doing? Why is everyone still living here? There hasn't been many flies, but there's one just trying to find a hole in me now. So this is what we thought Coober Pedy would be like. Flies all around us. There's no flies, and I don't have an explanation why. It genuinely says online that the flies should be worse from December to February, and it is middle of Jan. So I don't know. No, can you, there's one.
Oh, you've got one inside.
Oh, well, that's not very useful. $10 for nothing.
Just put you in a fly cage. We're pulling up to one of the many churches here. This, I think, is the Serbian church. Because so many different people came from all over the world to come for the mining here, there's actually 4 different churches. I think there's a Greek Orthodox, this Serbian Orthodox, then there's a Catholic church, and then like the catacombs. But this one is supposed to be pretty interesting inside.
And obviously, it's underground.
This one is really just a rock face.
Yeah.
This church is just one example of this small town's thriving diversity. With over 45 nationalities, it is one of the most unique places in the country.
It's just so weird because even going in there, it's like you give a donation, but there's no one here.
It's just deserted.
A couple of tourists about, but
That's pretty much it.
it's warm in here.
So a lot of the area around Coober Pedy has all been mined previously, and there's all these open shafts. So if you walk off track and don't stick to the roads and the main paths, then you could fall through and probably die or get trapped. So it says keep out, mining area. Don't go.
We've only spoken to a few people here, and they all seem to have mentioned this crocodile Harry. Apparently he's quite a famous character in the area, or was. He sadly passed away, and he lived just outside the town, and we can't find his house anywhere on the map, but apparently it's pretty cool to go visit. It's a bit weird and strange, but we can't find the route. So
we're currently driving down a dirt track, knowing it's about 2 kilometers away. What is that? And hopefully we're going to find his house somewhere.
we're getting there, I think.
I guess maybe his house is on these hills, in the hills somewhere.
There's definitely something going on here.
This is what's so weird though, it's like 4 kilometers out of town and it just looks like a random broken down shed and stuff, but this can't be it. I'm so confused.
Maybe this is it? I just can see that there's a weird kind of female statue, and I know that that's kind of the theme of Harry's crocodile house.
I guess this might be it. There's no sign apart from you are now entering the mayor's chamber. And there seems to be some sort of maybe generator running.
Harry's hideout. Yeah. Ah, okay.
How do you know? Oh yeah, it says
Harry's hideout.
Harry's hideout. I don't know about you, but I feel like I shouldn't be here.
It says enter at your own risk.
I'm not sure about that. I would normally take that as a joke, but right now, I feel like it's not. What's really putting me off is the generator. Like, does that mean someone's actually still living here?
Yeah, I think so. Well, the couple we met yesterday, they heard from another girl that visited that there was actually people who kind of living in it, like homeless people. There's a massive dog in there, or a bear, but I assume it's a dog.
Was it a real one, or was it like one of these statues?
No, I swear I saw it lift its head and put its head back down.
Really? Maybe it's a guard dog.
It looked huge.
Okay, I'm not fancying a dog fight out here in the outback. If anyone knows more information about Crocodile's Harry's house, please let me know, because I want to know what's inside more. But I am not going inside there. It's too freaky, it's too like, I feel like anything can happen because we're just in the middle of nowhere.
So I think we're gonna leave that alone, probably for the best. But what I've heard about Harry is that he was kind of like a wild character. He apparently wrangled some crocodiles in his time, but he was also known to be a bit of a womanizer and collected women's underwear, which is apparently hanging all over his house. Not really sure we want to see that anyway, but there's lots of graffiti and it's supposed to be interesting and quirky inside. It's too hot outside to do anything right now, so we came into this underground bar. It's kind of tucked away in like a hotel, but the drinks are so cheap. I think he said it's happy hour, so we paid £6.80.
£6.80, so $13.50 if you're Australian.
For
a schooner of a lager, a house white. Not bad, is it? It looked like there was a few locals in here as well, and I don't blame them coming in here because it's so nicely AC'd that I would just sit in here afternoon, probably have too many drinks.
I feel like it's just part of the lifestyle. You just hide away.
Yeah,
have a drink.
Hide away in your dugout. So we've just come here, this area, because this is actually a public noodling area. And I know that to you that must sound really weird. Basically, opal noodling basically means getting on your hands and knees and looking for opal. As long as we don't use any machinery like a pickaxe or like a shovel, then we can publicly noodle here and try and find our own opal and hopefully get rich.
That's great, but my question is like, where exactly do I noodle and how? Like, do I just start like digging?
Yeah, let's try over here.
Okay.
So this area is actually early mining fields, and so these big mounds were basically what they brought from underground and then dumped here. And even though it's already kind of been looked through, a lot of opal would have been missed. So you can still try your luck today, and that's what we're going to do.
This is my first time noodling.
I just like the word noodle. Traditionally, you're supposed to do this at night with a UV torch. I don't think it's really going to be of much use for us, but you're basically trying to find any kind of sparkles, and then hopefully you find a good one. I feel like someone's probably looked here before. Found anything?
No. Unsuccessful so far. I cannot believe what I'm seeing, guys. We have just found water. Randomly stumbled across like some reeds, and there is genuine, I assume, fresh water. Look at this.
It's all green, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
That's crazy. I didn't think we'd see anything like that.
There's some dogs.
Yep, and they've noticed this.
Three of dogs.
3 wild dogs.
Are they wild?
What a trip it's been.
It's been a crazy trip. Ending it with just flat land for kilometres and kilometres in the distance.
Fly.
We've been lucky with the flies, don't complain. Our time is over here in Coober Pedy, but in the next video we will be going somewhere probably more spectacular, but in a completely different way. You reckon?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
We'll see you there.
We've got a long drive ahead.
A very long one.
Bye.